The reason behind this entire summit is because we all have a vested interest in agriculture and agriculture sustainability. We want to make sure that agriculture is preserved, not just for now, but for future generations. And we want to address food shortage that's taking place in the world and being very, very proactive in our approach to dealing with food shortage.
We are here to look at the global crisis, the global food crisis and sustainable future, and especially what role the Africa will play in this situation.
So as we consider how we get critical financing and capital to farmers in other markets, all of this, as well as other sort of innovative financing mechanisms, can really help to unlock sustainability and deliver the growth that we need to see in the agriculture sector.
Food security is going to be the biggest issue in African agriculture. It's probably going to be the biggest issue in Africa, and maybe one of the biggest issues in the world going forward.
We help to build consortiums, so if we think your idea is really something worth running through or a technology that has promise, then we can look at some of the different funding opportunities there are, both in the UK.
We need to try and maximise our outputs, and that's where traders and exporters come in with their innovative solutions in how to utilise all of the crops.
I want to suggest that we prioritize investment in agricultural R&D to make a wider variety of healthy foods such as vegetables.
Very important, we're focusing on quality, the quality of the product, its acceptability to the farmers.
The global human population will be about 8 billion in November this year. So the global food crisis is closer than we imagine.
The goal of sustainable agriculture is the long-term production of quality food to feed the growing population.
When we look at the determinants of productivity, we are looking about the number one. We say that through crop breeding, we can increase productivity.
In this panel, we are going to talk about the opportunities and challenges for internal and export market from Africa.
The African continent is a huge opportunity for the fruit business, for the fruit processing industry, and for the fruit-based drinks and the fruit juice industry.
Most of our farmers, most of our manufacturers and processors do not have agri insurance. And what happens is that when these losses come, they just go down the drain.
The fruits have nutritional values for health across all consumers who take it.
The domestic and the regional market are so competitive in terms of quality, the price, and the yield.
It's a good sign that Africa is exporting more and more fruit juice concentrate, fruit juice puree, or pure fruit juices to European market.
I really do hope that we will have a true action point from here.
What role should women play in addressing the global food crisis and building sustainable futures?
There are many women engaged in production in sub-Saharan Africa or all over the world, in Latin America. Women are good organizers, and if empowered, they could play a vital role in production, food storage, control food loss.
Most of the African government regulations do not protect women economically.
I think there's an opportunity for women, to enter the market by looking at non-traditional routes like farm management, helping with the planning, the allocation of resources.
Women are ideal and natural leaders. They have actually displayed their potential.
But for the pathway, yes, the idea is always to have objective materials and materials that are practical oriented with the examples, with the case studies and what so on.
But let's try to do it for 10 cents. So be creative by suggesting and by requesting the people to become creative. They will look for solutions rather than funding, and that will solve the problem quite well.
People in the diaspora that we've been taught them
they're embedded into us and how that impacts how we view Africa in general.
In Africa, the oil sector is really the booming area, but yet they forget that this area cannot supersede agriculture, because we really need to eat, and we will definitely need to survive through food.
Actually, the project is fluted pumpkin, which is locally known as ugu, and is a leaf that is being grown mostly in West Africa.
We worked on cucumber farming. Cucumber is a creeping vine that bears cylindrical vegetable. It is scientifically known as Cucumis sativus.
Is that a lot of young people want to venture into farming, but the problem is lack of capital and skills.
Now, these are many of the things that young people have said, and we want you all to know that we are listening. And I just want to end with a quote that I heard Victor Pele say. He said, "Not engaging young people is a huge opportunity lost." So please, can we make sure that we always consider young people? We bring all the parties to the table, women, men, and young people, and collectively we become the solution to the challenge of food scarcity. Thank you very much.